Let's move on now to the Portuguese positive news as I've reframed it, and just bringing you news of something wonderful, beautiful, positive, that sort of thing in Portugal. And I want to tell you today about something I had no idea about: almond tree blossom. Good morning to you, Rowan. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, Munson, he says, like we're at public school or something. Good morning to you, Ford. So almond tree blossom is a thing. And, you know, I'm seeing these things come up on Facebook about the blossom time in Japan, which Facebook or cable telly or whatever, you know, the ads that come up. And it's a beautiful, beautiful trailers for what's going on in Japan and the blossom time there, which is legendary, of course. And it seems we have that in Portugal as well. Look, almond tree blossom is marked with folklore festivals and special tours along the almond tree route. And I mentioned Bragança in my weather report there because this is where it happens in Portugal. Up there in Freixo de Espada a Cinta and Mogaduru, Torre de Moncorvo and Vila Nova de Foz Coa regions of Portugal in the Bragança district. Good morning to you, Jacqueline. Thank you for joining us. Portugal is among top almond producers in Europe. I didn't know that. It mostly grows in the Douro region as well as the places I just mentioned, and I won't make a hash of pronouncing again. When almond trees cover in bloom in the middle of February, these regions organize various festivities to celebrate this beautiful nature phenomenon. Look at these lovely pictures. And it's on, if you're listening to this in the podcast, sorry to do this to you, but you'll see on the cover anyway, courtesy of albufera.com, some wonderful pictures of almond blossom. And if you look at this picture here, isn't that lovely there? Lee Sanborn's picture of the Douro region and beautiful almond trees with pink and white blossom on them. Upper Douro Fair and the flavors and taste celebrations take place in Freixo de Espada a Cinta with regional and traditional Iberian handicrafts. In Mogaduru, the fair also begins at the end of February. The festivities run through March, marked by folklore festivals all over the almond tree route. Cycling and horseback riding tours are offered for visitors to observe almond tree valleys. Oh, they're lovely. That looks fantastic. So if you haven't got the wherewithal or motivation to get yourself to Japan for the blossom, you can come to Portugal and see the particular time of year that I knew nothing about, the almond tree blossom that happens here. And it sounds wonderful, doesn't it, that you might be able to do that on horseback or on a bicycle and have a wander through these beautiful blossom tree valleys, which sound like they last for a little while as well, because often with blossom it can come and go very quickly, can't it? But it sounds like, you know, from the end of Feb and into March, the blossom might still be on the trees. Don't take my word for it. And I don't want you to get disappointed and go there and say Munson said that there will still be blossom on the trees in March. I actually don't know. But even if you go there and you don't see blossom, you'll still have the lovely Douro Valley region to look at as well, the Douro, where lots of fabulous wine is made in Portugal, and there are river cruises up and down the Douro River, and the epicenter of fabulous wine production, and of course great production for port in Porto as well, where I believe the mouth of the Douro enters the Atlantic. So certainly I really want to visit the Douro because it has one of the legendary beautiful roads of Europe, if not the world, there as well. On a spring or summer's day, there are some beautiful roads to drive along, and well worth checking out. So Douro has so much to commend it, and Bragança, and especially now, of course, as outlining for you this morning, the almond tree blossom festivities and trail, which you can enjoy on horseback or by bicycle. Isn't that fabulous? Okay.